And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. Today is October 23rd, 2025, a beautiful Thursday. I'm your host, St. Nick, and we got a great show for y'all today. Wow, we are back. Pardon me, folks. I know I was off the last 2 days. Pardon me. But some big exciting news coming out, folks. We are doing a new show. Don't worry, Takes by Fans, the daily show, 11 to noon every day. Still going to go on. Don't worry. But we are introducing a new show tonight, folks. Tonight, very excited about it. Called Around the Room. Around the Room. Very around the horn-esque. A panel, your host, me truly. Points awarded, points being taken away, a winner at the end of the night. So we're going to be doing that every single day, folks, 7 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern, kind of getting us ready for the sport night ahead of us. Now, tonight's perfect because we got Thursday night football tipping off tonight, 8:20, 8:15. So a nice little hour pregame show for that. You know, basketball, we do got basketball games that start at 7:30, but, you know, getting into the night, 8:30, 10:30, those national broadcasts. So a nice little pregame, pre-sport night show where we're talking betting, lines, lineups, fantasy, DFS, the takes of the day. We go through it all, folks. So that does premiere tonight. It will be on Twitter, Takes by Fans Twitter account. It will also be on Takes by Fans Twitch account. So go to those, folks, twitch.tv/takesbyfans, x.com/takesbyfans. Hey, look, folks, you got to download apps. I'm sorry. I don't know what you want from me. It's 2025. You got to download some apps, okay? You download Twitter, you download Twitch, download Playback TV, folks. That is the future of streaming, community streaming, while watching live games together. They're just kind of starting up. They got some nice NBA. They're kind of trying to work their way into the NFL market, but that's what it is, folks. In the next 10 years, I mean, everything's just going to be content streaming in sports. That's all that's going to be now. And it's kind of what it is right now, but so Playback TV is where if you want to participate live in the show, it's open for anybody and everybody, baby. I need 2 to 4 people per show per day. So if you're interested, you can download Playback TV. It's a free app. You join the Takes by Fans room. And then I will put you as a contributor so you can join the show, join the debate. So that starts tonight, folks, 7 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern. We got a nice lineup tonight already. Cannot wait. And we're going to have fun. We're going to have a little fun. Around the Room, folks, premiering tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. So we got that today. We're a little behind. I know, the last 2 days. I apologize. So we do have to do our power rankings heading into this week, and we also have to do our live line reaction and prediction to the Week 7 NFL lines that we can bet on. So we got a packed show today. Packed show. We gotta go. We got stuff to talk about. We got stuff to do. But man, oh man, we all wake up this morning to everybody getting arrested. God dang. This coming out of absolutely nowhere, folks. The Department of Justice has announced this morning, and we've kind of been hearing a little bit of the press conferences from the FBI themselves. But numerous arrests in illegal sports betting and poker game schemes. Not good. In the NBA, they're wrapped up in it, the players at least. Now, the NBA has said, hey, we had no idea. We had no idea this was going on, so don't come looking at us. But just a few of the arrests that have been taking place today. We get Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier has been arrested for illegal gambling on NBA games, allegedly, supposedly. Not good. Once again, I mean, we're no stranger to this. We all know the stories. We all know the big case in the early 2000s with the point shaving and the refs and the basketball and all that. We've had Porter Jr., we've had Malik Beasley get investigated. He was cleared. So we're not new to all this, but we all knew this was going to happen when you got the sports book sponsoring every single sports team, when you got gambling ads on every single corner, ESPN Bet, it's literally everywhere, folks. Sometimes temptation is just too much. So Terry Rozier arrested, but there's more. Chauncey Billups has been charged and arrested in an illegal poker operation tied to the mafia. This story is so much bigger than the NBA here, folks. It's not just illegally betting games, it's rigging poker games tied to the mafia, folks. I mean, the Kash Patel, the FBI director, is naming the families. He's like the Gambino crime family, Los Costa Nostra, all the big name crime families involved potentially getting arrested and tied to these illegal poker games, getting kind of drip fed into the NBA. Not good. Chauncey Billups, I mean, that's a huge name. I mean, he's a coach now, but, great player back in the day. And we also had former NBA player and coach Damon Jones was also charged in the illegal gambling case. And what's interesting on Damon Jones's charges is that he was kind of doing both. He was doing a little both. He was spreading inside information, inside details on NBA games, but he was also doing the illegal poker stuff with the potential mafia as well. So we can just see it, folks. I mean, this is not good. This is a little bit of a breadcrumb trail that can potentially, I'm not the FBI. I haven't read all the documents. I'll be clear with y'all. There was like 30 plus people arrested. It's not just NBA. But I mean, if we're potentially tying big potential money, crime family money, mafia money to the NBA and the breadcrumbs aren't that spread apart. I mean, 3 people, we've got a tie from NBA to mob ties. Mob ties, folks. You got to love the mob ties. And it's just so crazy. I mean, look, I'm not trying to get into trouble with the mob, okay? Shout out the mob. Y'all did your thing, But it's just like the Gambino crime family is still a thing. How is that even possible? Like, we got your name, Gambino. If your last name is Gambino, I mean, we're going to be a little suspicious, And they're still getting away with it? So that's interesting. Big money, folks, the mafia, the NBA, it's all tied in together, potentially, allegedly. Now, what's interesting here is that listening to Kash Patel, I was catching some of it today, his live press conference, and he was saying that really... He was like, we're not talking about hundreds of dollars. And I was like, yeah, of course, we're not talking about hundreds of dollars. He's like, we're not even talking about thousands of dollars. I'm like, yeah, I would assume if we're talking about mafia, if we're talking about crime families, yeah, so we're not talking about hundreds or even thousands of dollars. He continues to progress, and the ceiling, when everybody does that game, we're not talking 1, we're not talking 2. LeBron James did it, Dwayne Wade, we're not talking 1 chip, 2 chip, I'm talking 7, baby. So you always know the ceiling when they start very low. So when Kash Patel started, we're not talking about $100. We know the ceiling of this kind of operation isn't going to be that much money if you're starting, hey, folks, we're not talking about a $100 bet here, okay? Nobody thought that. So he goes to say, this isn't about $100. It's not even about $1,000. It's not even about hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's not even about $1 million. This was the final thing he said. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars. That's it. Tens of millions? We're not even talking about hundreds? I would at least assume at minimum, if this was some big grand case with mafia and the NBA, I would assume at minimum we're talking about like hundreds of million. I would assume the benchmark would be like, all right, now we're at $100 million. Now we probably got to step in. But he says we're talking about like tens of millions of dollars, which is still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, folks. Okay, I understand. But he said, like, are we talking about like $50 million? Is that what we're talking about? Because I don't even know if we have a case at that at that point. If we're talking about $50 million, okay. When we start to get to the 100 million, 500 million, that kind of $1 billion mark, then yeah, we probably got to step in maybe. But 50 million, you let the players play, baby, right? So that's the whole scandal coming out today. It's been big news everywhere. Stephen A. Smith went on ESPN, and this was crazy. And I don't know, folks. Y'all, I'm just reporting. I'm living in y'all's world. I truly don't care what y'all do. I don't. But Stephen A. Smith goes on, and he may be right, but he was like, hey, this is Trump sending a message. He says he's coming for everybody. I don't know. Once again, I don't know. The NBA, I will say this. I do agree with Stephen A. on this, that the NBA, the last two nights, I mean, this is pristine basketball. I mean, usually I don't get jazzed up. I like basketball. I like the sport. But I usually don't get jazzed up about basketball, during the first week or 2 weeks. It's really kind of, midway of the season. Now, when the playoffs are starting to take shape, now we're starting to get great NBA. But man, oh man, I gotta give it up. Night one, night two, basketball is back, baby. Now on ABC, and they are taking care of the sport. I mean, like, we went in this kind of hot take culture with basketball, really since like 2000s. It's all he's trash, he's good. We're focusing on just one name, the big name and all that, while calling everybody else trash. It's really seemed like, now we're starting to get into like pure hoops. We hit that transition in NFL where now everybody's breaking down film, which is great. Everybody's breaking down film so much, ESPN is like, hey, knock it off. We're not having it on our show anymore. So we're in a great spot of basketball. We're 2 days in, and we get this big announcement. So who knows if politics are getting into it, folks? Who knows? But Stephen A. Smith assumes yes. Because like I would agree, like Stephen A. Smith, I mean, we're talking about, at the end of the day, this is small money. Tens of millions of dollars is small money, okay? No disrespect, but it's small money in the grand scheme of things. These players, I mean, we're talking, these are no high-profile players. Terry Rozier, solid. Chauncey Billups, we're not talking about Kevin Durant or LeBron James or Steve Kerr. So it is a little interesting, the names, the timing of everything. But I'll digress on all that. Now, we also get this nugget. Now, there may be more arrests. This is just kind of this, not the start of the investigation, but now they got people in custody. This is when people start to talk. People start to yap. We got to keep our... let me not say that. Maybe do spill the beans. I don't know, folks. Take accountability for once in your life. But we do get this nugget, and this is interesting, and this I think is getting a little bit buried in the national media, the national story. I've been kind of on ESPN all morning long because, this is crazy. We don't see basketball people getting arrested on the daily. So, just kind of, seeing what they're talking about, their talking points, and I will give ESPN this. I think they've done a great job talking about this, talking about kind of how prevalent betting is. They had, former players on Get Up this morning talk about, how the NBA or the NFL talks about this. They talk about, hey, you're going to get offers like this. This will happen to you. This is how you approach it. This is what you say. And they were very candid. They were very honest and open. I really thought they would kind of tiptoe around it because of ESPN Bet, because of all their partnerships. But I do got to give credit to ESPN, something I don't do a lot. I think they've been handling the coverage of this pretty solidly. And I got a shout out. I think her name is Molly Korm, not Korm. Big pardon my French, big disrespectful by me, but she looked so uncomfortable sitting on the desk while Stephen A. Smith was saying, hey, this is all Trump and he's coming for everybody. He brought up ICE and Bad Bunny and he brought up this whole gambling operation and starting naming crime families. And she is just, her head, she doesn't know what to do. She's on her phone. She's not trying to be part of the conversation. So I feel for her. She did not want to be any part of this, but she did get roped into it, unfortunately. But back to this. What's potentially being a little bit buried in the media, 4 teams were mentioned in the illegal sports gambling investigation. The Charlotte Hornets, the Toronto Raptors, the Portland Trailblazers, and the Los Angeles Lakers. We haven't really heard anything about the Lakers. What's the Lakers' connection in this case? Because I would think that's the bigger story. LA Lakers. I mean, like I said, no disrespect, but we're talking about Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups. Like, okay. So we'll see what more information comes out. I would doubt this is the end of it, but who knows? Who knows how deep it goes? And we also had this, and remember, folks, the NBA and the federal government, 2 different things, because we knew Terry Rozier was being investigated a while back. I mean, this is June 30th, 2025. Shams going on the Pat McAfee show and saying Terry Rozier, as of now, has been cleared. He finished the season with Miami. There's nothing really active as of right now. So that was just a few months ago. That was 4 months ago. He's clear. He's all good in the NBA. But the federal government said, not so fast. No. We would like a little bit more time with this man. So, just because the NBA, trying to sweep everything under the rug doesn't mean the government has to do the same thing. And once again, the betting so much tied to the NBA, and the NBA not in a great look last season with that whole Luka Doncic trade that really came out of nowhere and made a little bit of no sense. So, that's their scandal right now. After 2 great days of NBA basketball truly being potentially back in its prime, its heyday, we get the betting scandal. So, we'll keep an update on all this, obviously. I doubt this is the end of it. I doubt this is the last we hear of it, but we will see. All right, just a few more things here, and then we're going to quickly run through the games of the NBA last night, touch on some things. We're not going to try and get too deep into it because we do got 2 main things on our agenda, our power rankings and our prediction reaction to the Week 8 betting lines in the NFL, Week 7. But SGA, this was on Chris Broussard last night, and I kind of agree. If SGA was a high flyer, I think he'd already be viewed as the best player in the world, and I agree. I mean, shout out to SGA. I mean, goddamn, an absolute baller, champion, obviously. But his game is very mid-range jumpers, and it's good, but no driving to the lane, really. He can't really dunk. So it's all just kind of mid-range jumpers, and it works, and it kills everybody, and he keeps making it, and he breaks everybody's ankles, and it's great. But then we get this kind of new generation. And SGA is kind of part of the new generation, but we're getting this kind of new tall generation. Because did anybody see what Victor Wembanyama did? I mean, goddamn, he was dunking on everybody. Postering, blocking, everything. While we get SGA, just kind of mid-range jumper. So I'm not knocking SGA. I'm not trying to take anything away. But, when we get kind of the flashiness of, Giannis and Wembanyama, and this is the direction of the NBA. I say it all the time, as time goes on, athleticism starts to grow, keeps on growing, keeps on evolving. And now we're getting 7'4" people that can move like 6'7" people. So you're in for it. Because now Anthony Davis is obsolete. Anthony Davis is obsolete in the NBA. And who would have ever even thought that? A prime, premier defender, 2-way player, great tall, great height, great defense under the rim. He got absolutely bodied by Wembanyama. He could do nothing. They blew him out last night. Couldn't do anything. Cooper Flagg couldn't do anything. Anthony Davis couldn't do anything. And Wembanyama was all over the floor. So that's the new era, the new wave of the NBA. If you're not 7'2" and athletic, Your time has come. Your time has come. Shout out to SGA, and shout out to this great era of basketball. Hyper athletic basketball. I don't know if there's anything better than it. All right, final two things right here. You know, we brought it up a little bit earlier, but I mean, will you get over it? It was a bad move. It was a bad move. Anthony Davis is now obsolete. Well, you got Luka Doncic. I mean, that will never be obsolete. That will never be obsolete. Scoring, athleticism. I mean, there's always something for that in the NBA. And obviously, Luka Doncic, points. We endorsed his over, 46, 47 PRA, night one. Banked it out of the park. That's not obsolete. So, Nico, I still think you made a bad trade. The national media is a little bit on your side at the current moment. But a kid in a Mavs jersey had a sign that said, "Fire Nico." You know, still funny, still a little smurfy. You potentially ruined the franchise and potentially did it for gambling and the money and the whole operation. Hey, Cash Patel, how about we investigate Nico Collins? Nico Collins. Nico Collins? Shout out to Nico Collins. I don't know. What's this guy's last name? What did I forget? Nico Collins, no? The Mavs owner, Nico. I digress. So, a fan has a "Fire Nico" sign, and he gets kicked out of the game. Gets escorted out by security, holding out the "Fire Nico" flag in a Doncic jersey. He has a right to be upset. You silence your fans? This is what you do? Hard working, hard supporting? Look, that's a Dallas Mavericks jersey. Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic. He gave you money. He gave the organization money. With the Chime logo. He's branding for y'all. He's a billboard for y'all. And you're throwing him out of the game? Because of a bonehead potential decision by the owner of the team? Nasty work here. Nasty work. Get him back. Get him back in. All right, and then the final thing right here. I mean, like I said, folks, we've got a new era of bigs who are athletic. And unfortunately, this man is no longer athletic because of all the injuries. And I know y'all gush over him, but I've never been the biggest fan. And now Shaq is completely off of him. Shaq says Joel Embiid is no longer a top big, calling him soft, and claiming he's no longer close to Jokic's level. Or even Giannis's. And really, when was he ever at Jokic's level? I know everybody loves to gush about Joel Embiid, but did he ever do anything? What was his best thing? I mean, look, I think this man gets a free pass, but I think Joel Embiid is one of the dirtiest players in the entire NBA. He's very long, and he knows how to use his length when he's always on the fucking floor. You know, potentially tripping, getting, muddying the landing for people because he's always out on the ground, on the floor. So shout out to Joel Embiid. He seems like a great guy, but we're not judging character here on the show, folks. That's not what the show is. I don't care what you do. What do you do on the floor? What do you do in this sphere of sports, athletics? That's it. And I've just never been as impressed as everybody else has been with Joel Embiid. So, obviously, okay, but the time is gone. Joel Embiid is now done. It's Wemby's time. It's still Jokic's time. It's still Giannis's time. We saw that last night. Giannis in the Bucks. God dang. God dang. So let's quickly just kind of highlight some top key performers of the NBA, and then we will shift gears to the NFL and get to all of our stuff on the agenda. But shout out to the Knicks getting the first dub of the season, beating the Cavs. They start 1-0. This Knicks team definitely got to watch out for them in the Eastern Conference. This is their year to go and take it all with everybody being out and injured. We get the Nets and the Hornets. Don't even care about the Nets and probably won't care about the Hornets in about a week, but shout out the Hornets. They got the win. We had the Heat at the Magic, and the Magic, all right, once again, this is their time to get it done in the East. They take care of business against the Heat last night. Paolo Banchero, double-double, 24 points, 11 rebounds. They win 125-121. We love to see it. Raptors, Hawks, Raptors. All righty, a little back in action. While the Hawks, Trae Young's got to go. Trae Young's got to leave. Man, oh man, being brought down by this Hawks team, Atlanta, they don't know what this team is. And I think Trae Young is better than what he's being held back with currently. Raptors get the win. 76ers against the Celtics, and they beat the Celtics by 1. 76ers get the win. Shout out to Joel Embiid, but really shout out to the new dog, Tyrese Maxey. Drops a 40 burger on the Celtics and get the dub, 117-116. Pistons, Bulls, Cade Cunningham. What the heck? You lose to the Bulls, start 0-1. Once again, you were kind of starting to be the new team in town. The Magic, the Pistons, kind of the two young teams to watch out for. Pistons not getting out to a good start. All right, Pelicans at Grizzlies, and gosh, dang it, Zion. Dang it. Close game, good game overall. Zion did his thing, 27, 9-5. Ja Morant, bink, bink, bop, 35, 3-3. Stop writing off Ja Morant. It never made sense. Everybody getting rid of him, throwing him in the trash heading into the season. Grizzlies get the win, 128-122. But once again, Zion is here, folks, okay? All right, Wizards, Bucks, Giannis onto the goddamn Kumpo, 37-14. Make the Bucks win it all. I would love to see it again. Light the beam because the Jazz are back. They blow out the Clippers. Oh, boy. Clippers not winning. That tree is going to be a big old meatball, big old elephant in the room this season, especially if you guys keep losing. So, Kawhi, you might want to pick up the pace a little bit. Jazz dominate, 129-108. All right, we got the Spurs and the Mavericks, and once again, Anthony Davis, he's done. He's cooked. He's chopped liver. I mean, Wemby was having his way with the entire Mavericks team last night. I don't think Cooper Flagg put up a single point in the first half, his debut. But just look at, folks, if you have not seen it, go back and watch the game. Don't even watch the game. Watch the highlights. NBA Adam Silver, this is the highlight league. Well, Wemby's got about a 5-minute highlight tape of what he did last night. Go and watch that. The future of the league is 1,000,000% this. This is the direction the NBA is heading. In about 10 years, everybody's going to be 6'11" and plus. We may have to start raising the height of the hoop. It may come to that. We may start playing on 12-foot hoops. I mean, this may be the direction of the NBA if it keeps on this trajectory. But Wembanyama, just makes it look so damn easy against everybody. Like I said, Anthony Davis is no chop liver heading into the season. But right now, got cooked, fried. Damn. Victor Wembanyama, 40, 15, 3 blocks. Woof. They get the absolute dominant win, 125-92. The Spurs could take it all. They got a great supporting cast around them, and like I said, Wemby is something we haven't seen. And I will say this. LeBron James. If I'm LeBron, I'm shaking in my boots right now. Because Michael Jordan, night one of the NBA, he sold me. I ate him up. And usually I don't like that. I don't like people or players selling me because, you could say whatever you want. You could make up things to try, get people on your side. Something LeBron James potentially does. He's been called inauthentic almost his entire life and called out by a lot of people. We've seen multiple examples. But with Michael Jordan, the authenticity, oh man, I was gushing over him. I was glued to my television. I turned it all the way up just to listen to this man. So, you were always kind of, is it LeBron? Is it Jordan? Who's the GOAT? And now we got Wemby coming into the mix. LeBron, your legacy, it may not stand the test of time. It may not. Especially with all these current players, once again, kind of throwing you under the bus. So, once again, heading into the season, I was always LeBron over Jordan. I was always that. But damn, listening to the GOAT, the legend who never speaks, hasn't spoken a word in 20 years. He got me good. Now, if he's selling a performance, if he's, just spewing stuff, it's working because I'm buying into it. but it doesn't seem like it. Because the one story where he said, hey, I was real nervous, making this free throw in front of all these kids. I wasn't even expecting to shoot. I haven't even shot a basketball in all these years, so I was real nervous shooting a free throw. Michael Jordan being nervous to shoot a free throw. What? So he tells that story. Everybody eats it up. It was a great story. I ate it up. And then the following day, the video of that moment comes out. And you hear Michael Jordan clear as day say, man, I was nervous shooting that. Damn. Authentic king? Authentic GOAT? Loves the sport, loves competition. He said, hey, if I had a pill right now, I'd put on the shorts and go right back out there. And man, literally everything got me. I ate Michael Jordan up. I gushed over him, folks. And now we got Wemby. So LeBron, it kills me to say it. It really does, because I still respect everything LeBron James has done on the floor. And I still respect LeBron James for how he's handled the criticism his entire career, always being compared to Michael Jordan right out of high school. So he kept his mouth shut a lot. I mean, really kind of all the way up until maybe 2012 kind of started to roll around, when he was already breaking every single record and he started to finally win a ring. That's when he kind of started to talk his talk, because he's been talked about negatively for so long. So LeBron, you better handle this your next era. All right. What do? You may have to go silent for 20 years. You may have to go silent, and then, 20 years from now, you get the new generation going. Now it's your time to speak and do kind of the Michael Jordan-esque thing. But he has more ideas of being in movies and selling us alcohol. After we told y'all we don't want the alcohol anymore, okay? We're done with the alcohol. It's had its time. Shout out to alcohol, but we're on the new wave, all right? The new thing. The new drug. I mean, look, alcohol, it went through a whole prohibition period and then made a resurgence. It's had its time. Not everything needs to last forever. Enough with the alcohol. I'm looking at you as well, Trae Young. Everyone's pushing alcohol on everybody. We told y'all we don't want it anymore. Give us something new. Shout out to Pluribus. New show by the creator of Breaking Bad, Vance Gilligan. About a show about, hey, take this. I think it's about a drug. Take this drug and it makes you always happy. You join us. One of us. Look up the trailer, folks. Okay, am I going too quick for everybody? All right, here we go. We gotta keep going here. We got a lot of we touch on a lot of points on this show, folks. Okay. All right, so the Mavericks absolutely get it done. Cooper Flag. Anthony Davis. Kings, Suns, and damn it. Russell Westbrook, what is up with this? You lose? You lose against the Suns, and I guess, Devin Booker, free from everybody. So he goes crazy, 31 points, but come on. I wanted something better from this Kings team with DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine and Dennis Schroeder. Dang it. You got Drew Eubanks, who potentially shout out, up and coming. But Russell Westbrook coming off the bench, 6 points. He has 6 rebounds. I'll take that. 25% shooting. Don't love that. He was a +2 in 18 minutes, so I'll take that. But we got to get some wins here, Kings, okay? I want y'all to be kind of, a solid team competing for the playoffs. And then the last game of the night, Timberwolves at Blazers, and Anthony Edwards calls game, baby. And then it does his Michael Jordan talking his shit. You gotta love it. So Ant-Man, he's back. Timberwolves are back. And he's clutch as ever. Love this. Anthony Edwards, up to 8 seconds left. Clock running out. Drains the shot. They go up by 4. That's the game. So shout out to Anthony Edwards. Once again, kind of this new era as well. And looking to see his next step this season. Alrighty, so a day and a half down in the NBA, and it's absolutely been fantastic. It has been fantastic. It's been living up to all the hype so far. And I hope the media, I hope ABC, I hope Adam Silver, I hope the NBA, and I hope the players themselves truly start to take this season maybe a little bit more serious than years previous, because right now basketball, I think, is in a great place. We're talking about hoops. We're not talking about garbage nonsense that's kind of been plaguing the sport for the last 10 years plus. So I really hope it continues on this trajectory, because we need a good basketball sport environment, especially, now that we're approaching halfway through the NFL season, which is crazy. And this is going to be the only sport for a while, when baseball and NFL are done. So shout out the NBA. They're getting it right. But let's keep it this way, yes? All right. Now let's shift gears to the NFL. We're going to skip the stories. We're going to skip the stories for now. We got two things, and you know how we do with things, folks. You know how we do with topics. We get off topic. We go on rants. We go on tangents. We like to bring everything in together. So not too many pressing stories here in the NFL. I will just say I'm done with A.J. Brown. I'm over it. It's enough now, truly. I guess we'll do one story. Enough with A.J. Brown. Enough! He tweets out, they use me, but don't use me. I mean, what do we want now? Look, A.J. Brown, do you want 1 million targets every single game and then winning or losing doesn't matter? Because your targets were all great. You had 2 touchdowns, did you not? Did Jalen Hurts not go to you on almost kind of every game-clinching, game-icing drive for your touchdowns? Is that not enough? To close out a game, to actually win a game, he goes to you, he calls your number. It's still not enough. I don't know what you want. You want the targets, you want the touchdowns, and you want all the wins. It's like, that doesn't happen. Show me one instance where that happens. I mean, the Patriots tried to do it with Randy Moss. Did it work? A little bit, but they still lost the Super Bowl. So, is that what you want? Do you want to be Randy Moss? Which, that sounds good, but you got no ring? Now you got your ring so you can go true full Randy Moss. Is that what you want now? You want to go full Randy Moss where I don't care if I win or lose or get another ring. I just want the targets? Once again, I mean, if that's what you really want, I mean, okay, but that's not football. That's not the team sport that football is truly supposed to be. I get, you want to be an impactful player. I would do the same thing. You don't think, when I'm playing competitive games, I want to be, the star. I want the MVP. Of course I do. But I'm still going to prioritize winning over my own personal acknowledgments. I play healer, folks. You think I get any love playing healer? I don't. I don't get the MVP. I don't get all the kills. I'm not the attack damage. I'm not the DPS. I'm the healer. I'm the tank. I'm the brute. I absorb all the damage so everybody else can get all the kills, all right? It can't just be offense, attack 24/7. It's just not how anything competitively works. Shout out to A.J. Brown. You are a great receiver, and I get your frustration. I do this. I fucking do this, so give me the ball. I get it. But they gave you the ball in the most crunch scenarios. Shout out this Eagles team. Shout out to A.J. Brown. Big dog. I was a big fan of him back in his Tennessee days. A.J. Brown, Corey Davis with fucking Ryan Tannehill, dog. Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill, A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, Mike Vrabel, AFC Championship game. Against the Ravens, I think? No, not the Ravens. Ravens haven't been to a Super Bowl. Was it the Bengals year? Not the year? Either way, I mean, A.J. Brown has been him. Shout out. But all this every fucking week now, sheesh. We had Jalen Hurts at the podium. A reporter asked, do you ever see A.J. Brown's social media posts at all? Of course he does. And this is Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, do you ever see A.J.'s social media posts at all?
Yeah, I mean, I prep
Are you ever confused by what he's writing? Like this week you're using me with not using me.
Yeah.
Are you ever confused by things he?
I just keep my focus singularly on the collective.
Once again, great answer here by Jalen Hurts. Exactly what you have to say. Once again, just another great leader at the podium. Once again, there's different ways to be a leader in the sport. It's all just about what you do on the field. Quarterback is not just what you do on the field. Aaron Rodgers. There's also being a leader at the podium, and this right here, great leadership. Could have thrown him under the bus. Could have been like, yeah, he does this every week. We just don't even really. Could you imagine if Jalen Hurts said that? Yeah, we hear this every week. We just don't even pay attention to it anymore. Yeah, it's like that dog bark, and you just kind of tone out. Could have went that route, didn't it? He said, no, I prepped for this. I knew this question was coming. Hey, a wise man once said to me, man, like, just keep that focus and everything else will follow. You continue on your straight and narrow, you focus, everything else will follow. So that's just what I'm doing. The fortune cookie Jalen Hurts. And this is what you not do at a podium. I'm sorry, I know I said only one topic, and then we're getting into all the good stuff, but all the fun stuff. But can we stop this at the fucking podium? Honestly, what is this supposed to be, like some big gotcha? Is this supposed to be some big gatekeeping? This is not our job, so what are you talking about? Stop with this. Every young quarterback does this. Tua did it. Do you remember when Tua did this last year? It was so embarrassing. Cam Ward, he tested the media to see if they could repeat a play he gave them. It's not our fucking job to do that, and if we spent our entire life working at it, I'm sure we would grasp the concept of understanding and fucking remembering a play call. It's like this big gotcha everybody tries to do. It's like, hey Cam, how about you play better on the field? How about you actually put in a little bit more work instead of quizzing us?
I want to see if y'all can repeat this play.
I want to see y'all repeat this play. Let me see if I can repeat this. I have not heard this before. I just read the tweet. I knew what it was going to be about. Let me see. I can barely hear it. It's very low on my end. But let me see if I can recall. Let me see how good I am at this.
I want to see if y'all can repeat this play.
Here we go. Everybody laughs. Ha! Ha! Oh, look at us. Us reporters are getting called out here. Let's see if we get.
And this is an easy one, too.
Oh, this is an easy play. This is one of the smaller, easier plays.
YMO. Let's just do this one. Let's go gun.
Oh, is that one too easy? Are you doing like the craziest play y'all have ever thought of? The man was going to give us an example, but thought that was too easy. He was going to get busted himself. Another play. Okay, let's try and do this one.
Deuce right closer. Z-top. Fire 6 jet. Rib. Boom. F-shift. H-burst on the turn.
No chance.
And then somebody goes, no chance. I don't even try. You don't even try? No chance. I could do that. How about you actually try? The funny guy, the bozo in the room. Always the class clown, man. No, I can't do it. Here we go. Let's listen to it one more time.
Jet rib. Boom. This one. Let's go gun deuce right closer. Z-top. Fire 6 jet rib. Boom. F-shift. H-burst on the turn.
Gun right to deucer. Turn on the gun on the turn. 6 right motion.
No chance.
Z-top. Let's just do this one. Let's go gun deuce right closer. Z-top. Fire 6 jet rib. Boom. F-shift. H-burst on the turn.
Gun right closer. Z top right. Now, obviously, it's going to be a little long. It's going to be hard. Different terminology with different teams, all right? But once again, this is your job. So you asking us to do that means nothing. It kind of makes you look bad. If I ask you to do my job, could you do my job, Cam Ward? Could you run a daily sports talk show that goes flawlessly every single day? Because I don't want to toot my own horn, but 43 minutes in right now, I think this is one of our better shows we've done. I think I'm doing pretty good today. I'm feeling good about how the show is going right now. I don't know about how y'all feel. But could you do this show? Could you host Around the Room at 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern on playback.tv? I don't know if you could. But it's enough with this garbage. Did you prove your point? I don't think you did. All right. Let's move on. One more. We move on, folks. One more story. Here it is. Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn truly needs to keep his job because this is the biggest brain IQ thing I have ever seen in my life. I have never seen anybody play the game like he played the game right now. This is Aaron Glenn at the podium telling you who's going to be the starting quarterback this week.
Who's your quarterback, AJ?
We will have a quarterback on Sunday. I will tell you that.
You're not going to announce who the starter is?
I wouldn't want to give them a competitive advantage when I have that opportunity, but we will.
You don't want to give your opponent a competitive advantage by telling us which quarterback you're going with? What's the competitive advantage for either of those quarterbacks? They're both bums. You get Justin Fields, who won't throw the ball. He'll keep the ball glued to his hands. Or you go Tyrod Taylor, who's going to turn over the ball 2 or 3 times a game while giving you no touchdowns. So really, what's the competitive advantage? There is none. It's junk and garbage. There's no competitive advantage when you're hiding behind junk and garbage. You've lost. You're done. Tell us who the fucking starter is. It won't matter. You lose. Good day. Competitive advantage, folks.
On Sunday, I will tell you that.
You're not going to announce who the starter is?
I wouldn't want to give them a competitive advantage when I have that opportunity, but we will have a quarterback.
Oh, that's rich. That is rich. Justin Fields or Tyrod Taylor. Oh, man. I prepare for garbage either way. I bring in Josh Rosen for the practice squad just to get a sense of what I'm going up against this week. All right, let's move on. We've got 2 main things to talk about here on the show. First is reacting to the week 7? Week 7 lines. And the other is updating our power rankings. But let's do the power rankings first and give you a little insight on why maybe we are feeling the way we do when we predict lines for this week. So let's quickly run through our power rankings heading into this week. It's week 7 or week 8? Sheesh. Pardon my French. Week 8. So here we go. All right, at number 10. And I'm, once again, I've apologized to this team, and I think I got to do it again. The number 10 team in the NFL right now is the Dallas Cowboys. Oof. I'm starting to gush here, folks. I got a little mini gush coming for this team. First of all, shout out to the head coach, Brian Schottenheimer, folks. I mean, I was giving him no love at all heading into the season. I didn't think he would be up for it, but the offense he's calling, I think they've got the number 1 offense in the league. It's been great to see. Great motivator, just great on the sideline, and he wears a visor, so you know he's legit. Also, I got to shout out to George Pickens. Once again, somebody I gave no respect to heading into this team, heading into the season. I thought, him with all his drama on this team, with the offense potentially not being good, it's going to crumble by week 7, week 8. Oh, they're not crumbling, baby. They're rolling straight to the top. Then you got Dak Prescott, who, once again, should never be questioned. Always slinging that ball around. Always, kind of top of the tier, passing yards, all that every single year. And he's top of the MVP conversation right now. CeeDee Lamb, he's back, scored last week. In this defense, all it needs to do is just tighten up a tad. Maybe they go make a trade at the trade deadline. They got 2 first-round picks, so they could make a splash here. But everything I am gushing about this Cowboys team, they're right in the mix with the division. Maybe we'll even finish over Washington, knock on the door of taking down the Eagles. But I absolutely love this Cowboys team here, folks. They're putting up their points. They're moving the ball. They've got the best kicker in the league. I got the Cowboys at 10. Now, I will tell you, the Seahawks were kind of on that border. It was Cowboys or Seahawks at number 10, and I choose Cowboys because I trust Dak Prescott more than I trust Sam Darnold. Everybody can keep eating up Sam Darnold. Let me know how many fourth quarter points he's got, okay? How many fourth quarter points has Sam Darnold put up this season? I think it's less than 7. I'll digress. Cowboys at 10. All right, new number 9 team, and I am going to drop this team back a little bit, dropping back here, is the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings at number 9. Look, this Vikings defense, it's very good. I know it lost last week against the Eagles. That's why we're dropping him down a tad, but they were still in that game. The defense really kind of, they didn't shut down the Eagles, but they kept the game in check. And really, the Vikings only lost on 3 plays, and it was all the 3 deep shots. It went to 2 to A.J. Brown, 1 to Devontae Smith. The offense got behind the defense on 3 plays, and that was really the game. Carson Wentz also, kept giving the game away every fucking time. He scored, he had no passing touchdowns, and they still only lose by like 6 points. This Vikings team is still very good, folks. Shout out the Eagles. Shout out. They're knocking on the door. I will let you know, they're not in the top 10. They're not in the top 10. They're knocking on the door. They're on 12, 11. But I'm going to take it a little bit slower here with the Eagles because we know their history. Let's see another game under them, and then we'll probably can try and squeeze them here in the top 10. But I'm going to go Vikings here at number 9. I think the defense is, once again, still slept on. And Carson Wentz, he has these games. We know this is, what he is. They're waiting for J.J. McCarthy to get back fully healthy. And I think, he'll be better, a little bit more consistent than Carson Wentz. Hopefully not as many turnovers. So Vikings at 9. Shout out the defense. Alrighty, and once again, this defense is saving this team from dropping all the way out of the top 10. I'm going to give them one more week. But I'm going to go Texans at number 8. And once again here, folks, it's really all because of the defense. This Texans defense, through 7 weeks, they've only given up 88 points, the fewest in the entire league. Second fewest is Rams at 117, then the Chiefs at 120. We're talking about like a 40-point discrepancy here with this Texans defense. Now, the offensive line and C.J. Stroud are the big question marks, the big woofs here. But they're still keeping it close. They could have beaten the Lions last week. Who they just face? The Seahawks last week, 8-point game, 1 possession still, marching down the fourth quarter, held the Seahawks kind of scoreless in the fourth quarter. So, not ready to give up on this Texans team yet. One more bad week. They're off, especially offensively, but we got to get this line figured out. Please. The defense is too good. So, Texans at 8. All right, number 17. We give them a little credit here. We are going to go the Detroit Lions at number 7. Obviously, the offense is fantastic. One of the best running games in the league, and Jared Goff, worst case scenario, he's an above average game manager. Now, we have to kind of see him perform against kind of the better defenses in the league. That's kind of the next thing. They only put up 24 points against the Bucs. Bucs have a very, very good defense. The Lions, they were moving the ball, but, turnaways and stifling that offense. We saw that a lot in that game, and that still gives me the little pause here in this Lions offense. But shout out to Dan Campbell, shout out to the running game, shout out to Jared Goff, and they've got a very solid defense overall. Lions at number 7. All right, number 6. 6 team right here, and once again, this is their literal last chance. Their literal last chance, and I probably should have dropped them a little bit here, but I kept them at the same spot. Steelers at 6, and I know it's going to sound crazy to everybody. I kind of get it a little bit. But Aaron Rodgers is still getting it done at the end of the day. This defense is the biggest liability, and I'm believing that Mike Tomlin's going to figure it out. I'm believing, but literally, if I see the shit defense again this week, they're done. They're off. But the way that Aaron Rodgers plays, the way that this offense is kind of moving the ball and putting up points, I'm going to give them one more benefit of the doubt here. I think they've earned it over the Bills. I think they've earned it a little bit over the Eagles. Eagles kind of earned it a little bit this week. But I'm still going to give a little smidge tiebreaker to the Steelers team right here. and keep them at number 6. All right, number 5. I mean, I think it has to be done. I think it has to be done right here. They weren't in the top 10 heading into this week, but at number 5, I jumped the gun there. Sorry. At number 5, we've got the New England Patriots. Going to keep them here at number 5. Very, very good team. Drake May is him. The deep ball, he's getting it done in the red zone now. We love all that. And this Patriots defense, it's very solid. I think it can be kind of a top 10, maybe kind of knocking on the door of a potential maybe top 5 defense. It's got a little work to do in that department, but you got Stephon Diggs, great leader. You've got Keyshawn Boutte, the great deep shot for Drake May. So loving this Patriots team. Mike Vrabel, great coach. We got the Patriots at number 5. All right, now it's time for number 4. Maybe a little overdue, but I got the Chiefs here. And really the main reason why I've leapfrogged them so high here in the top 10 is because they pitched the shutout. 31-0 against the Raiders. And look, I don't care how garbage you are as a team. Putting up 0 points in an NFL game is almost unacceptable. I think this may be the first time this season that has happened. But look, the Jets put up 6 points. The Dolphins put up 6 points. The Titans put up 13 points. 0 is just truly unexcusable here. And it speaks a little volumes to this Chiefs defense. Division rivals, you shut them out. That speaks something. The offense obviously a little back now that all the receivers are there. We got the Chiefs at number 4. Alrighty, number 3. This was our number 1 team for a while here, but they got to move down. The Tampa Bay Bucks. Mike Evans goes down, probably going to be out for a while, maybe not, if not the rest of the season there. But they were winning without him, heading into this week. He gets banged up again, unfortunate. You kind of kept it close a little bit to the Lions. The offense very stagnant. They were moving the ball. Just a little offensive stagnant here in this Lions game, which, something that we haven't seen too much here by this Lions team. We've seen them clutch it out. We've seen Baker Mayfield, do his thing. So, give me a little pause here with the Bucs, especially with Mike Evans' injury. So we do got to drop them down a little bit. We'll take them another week to see if they can kind of, stay and, keep this kind of top 5 spot. But we got the Bucs at 3. Got to drop them back because of the loss. All right, number 2. This team moves up 1 spot. It's the Indianapolis Colts, folks. I mean, come on now. Daniel Jones, maybe the best offense in mind, maybe just the best overall coach. I mean, I'm loving Shane Steichen, folks. Shane Steichen, Kevin O'Connell. I mean, when you just see them interact, how they interact with their quarterback, how they interact with their players, they're never too high of high. They really never get too low of low. Kevin O'Connell starting to get a little low on Carson Wentz, but I'll digress on that. But it's just great to see Daniel Jones having success. I've always believed in him. Jonathan Taylor, we stand for the running backs. In this Colts defense, just once again, just the afterthought, the second argument on why this Colts team is good. Shout out to Colts. Shout out to Alec Pierce, folks. All right, and that does leave the number 1 team, which is the LA Rams, baby. They take care of business against the Jags over in London. Great, well-coached team. They get it done with no Puka Nacua. Devontae Adams, 3 touchdowns. That's what a real quarterback does. He goes to his weapons. He knows how to get to his weapons. He knows how to score with his weapons. Kyron Williams, we love a running back. You already know. And once again, just a great young defense here by the Rams that's not letting anybody really kind of score on them crazily. Not running up 30-plus points on them week after week. So, Rams, folks, they've got the coach, they've got the quarterback. Shout out the Niners, but the Rams are still better. Rams at number 1. And also shout out the Niners. They are also, once again, kind of knocking on the door. Niners, Eagles are kind of the 2 big dogs really knocking on the door for the top 10. So don't come at me too much, Eagles and 49ers fans. All right, I see y'all out there. I truly do. Alrighty, so here we go to recap. We've got Rams at 1, Colts at 2, Bucks at 3. We got the Chiefs at 4, the Patriots at 5. we've got the Lions at 6, the Texans at 7. Once again, on their last leg. The Steelers at 6. Pardon me, folks. Steelers at 6. Lions at 7. Texans at 8. Last leg here. Vikings at 9. And the Cowboys at number 10. With Eagles and Niners knocking on the door. Seahawks kind of around 14, 15. Same thing with the Bills. Same thing with the Ravens. They're about 15, 16, 17. So you can save your Packers. They're not even close. I don't know what you want from me. Not buying into the Packers. All right. That is our new top 10 heading into this week. But we've got one more thing we've got to do, and that is predict and react to the Week 8 betting lines, folks. Where is the value here in the NFL? Once again, I say it all the time, but I think this is what y'all got to do if you're interested in betting and all that. What would you set the line at before you look at what Vegas is going to set the line at? Gives you a little better understanding. All right, am I on par with what Vegas is kind of thinking? What I'm seeing, is what I'm seeing right? Or am I getting swindled somewhere? Am I not seeing the bigger picture? So let's go through these a little bit quickly. I know we're at our hour, but it's all right. So here we go. Let's start Thursday Night Football tonight. Vikings at Chargers, and oh mama please, still overlook this Vikings team because we maybe will be able to get some great value. If I'm getting any points here with Minnesota, I'm absolutely gushing it. I'm taking it. Carson Wentz, I want him to be the quarterback, folks. This Vikings defense is going to have Justin Herbo Turbo in hell, I'll tell you. I'm going to call this one Chargers -1.5. But it shouldn't be anything like that. So I'll go Chargers -1.5 and yes. Vikings +3.5. Gobble it. Ooh, money line at +150. I'm starting to gush here, folks. I'm loving the Vikings money line. You can keep your points. Hey, Herbo, you better. You can sleep. I'm going crazy with this. I love the Vikings tonight. Money line. All right, now we're getting into the Sunday slate, and we don't have an early game. No overseas game, so we can sleep till right 12 noon because that's when Around the Horn starts. So can't sleep till 1. Got to get up at noon to watch the show, Around the Horn, folks. Hosted by me, St. Nick. It's on X, it's on Twitch, it's on Playback TV. All right, so here we go. Sunday action, Bills at Panthers, and I mean, look. I know the Panthers have kind of gotten a little bit back on track, but this is the Bills' back game. I'll go Bills -8 here on the road. Probably isn't close and probably can swallow the points. We get Bills -7. Yeah, that's fine. Right on the touchdown. I mean, shout out this Panther. No, I can't. I can't shout out the Panthers yet. I can shout out the head coach. I like the head coach. Probably going to be taking the Bills here, though. All right, now we got Giants at Eagles, and this is going to be really interesting. Really interesting here. Giants coming off that big beef game, and the Eagles, can they keep it going? I'm going to call this one Eagles -5. Eagles -5. It's going to be interesting. I probably got to stay away from it. And it's Eagles -7.5. Giants on a hook. Interesting. All right. Next one up, we got Jets at Bengals, and I'm loving the Bengals to absolutely blow them out. This could potentially be like Bengals -13.5. We may be able to get some great value if it's not that high, but we know the Jets aren't going to be competitive. Doesn't matter. Tyrod Taylor, secret weapon. It doesn't matter. Give me the Bengals -13.5. Am I crazy? Bengals -6.5. I take it under that touchdown hook. I'll tell you that. This Bengals defense starting to get figured out a little bit. All right. Loving the Bengals there. All right. Browns at Patriots. Oh, this is going to be a good one. We know the Browns have a good defense. It's especially good at home, but now it's going to be on the road here in New England. Patriots offense is moving. The Browns offense, Dylan Gabriel, really not really getting it. Some real interesting news that Shedeur Sanders may be able to get in some action like next week. Like they're starting to kind of push him out there, which obviously everything that we've seen up until this point, they do not want anything to do with him. So Dylan Gabriel not getting it done here. Patriots, good offense, good defense. I'm going to call it Patriots minus 7.5, probably over that touchdown hook. And it's right on the touchdown. Patriots minus 7, so probably fine to take. Once again, we will make our official picks Friday, tomorrow's show. Sleep on these lines another day, do a little bit more homework. All right, now we got Dolphins at Falcons, and I don't know, folks. I don't know. Let's just say Falcons minus 5, and let's all move on. Falcons minus 7.5. Okay, we move on. Bears at Ravens, next game up, and once again, another game we may be able to get great value on. I think Vegas and kind of the public is going to overvalue this Bears team because of the last kind of 2 weeks, where this Ravens team, obviously, I mean, the sky is falling here for them. But I like the Ravens here. Ravens minus 5 against the Bears. And I think they kind of win handedly. I think we're going to be starting to talk about kind of, the Ravens and Bills potentially being back for taking care of business this week. So I'll go Ravens minus 5 here at home. Ravens minus 6, and I like that. Not buying into the Bears quite yet. All right, next game is Niners at Texans. And man, I mean, this is going to be for a spot in the top 10. I mean, this is going to really be it. Niners defense, it's it. Kyle Shanahan can scheme the offense. I mean, it ran the ball 1,000 times with Christian McCaffrey, still got it done. They still couldn't stop him at the end of the game, so still had the game-winning touchdown. So, once again, shout out to Kyle Shanahan. Great offensive mind, great coach in the league. Then you got the Texans, who great defense, but the line, horrendous, atrocious. CJ Stroud not being great. I mean, look, I'm going to call this one. I mean, I hope it's Texans minus 3 because we're going to be taking the Niners plus the 3.5. But I think we're going to get like 1 here. I think it's going to be like Texans minus 1. And at that point, I would like the plus 3. But I'm going to go Texans minus 1 here at home. Texans minus 1.5. I mean, they're not giving us anything right here. I would love it. I mean, a dream is to get any of these teams plus 3. Plus 3.5, to be honest. This could be a good game. I think we got to go Niners here, folks. I think we got to go Niners. And even look at that on the money line. Niners money line, minus 105. Niners plus 1.5 at minus 118. We're not getting any value at all anywhere on this game. Maybe the under 41.5 at minus 110, but still it's minus 110, so nothing to write home about. Man, I think we go Niners there. Sheesh. That's going to be a good one. All right, next one up, we got Bucks at Saints. And this could be a little sneaky here. We know the Saints, their defense, they got a little something, especially at home. The defense got a little something, especially second half at home. That defense kind of locks in a little bit. Where with the Bucks, we saw the offense take a step back. We got Mike Evans. I need 5 here, I think. I need Saints plus 5, and I think that's enough for me to take it. I don't know if Vegas is going to give us that, though. I'm going to call this one Bucks minus 2.5. I'm going to call it Bucks minus 2.5, and I think it's going to test a lot of people. Which way you go on the non-hook. I'm going to call it Bucks minus 2.5. Bucks minus 4.5. Ooh, I'm close to the 5 I wanted. Is 4.5 enough? Oof. There's something there, folks. I mean, Vegas is telling you exactly how this Saints team is. I told y'all exactly how the team is. Vegas agrees. All right. The Saints. And look at that. Saints plus 4.5 at minus 112. I mean, all the lines are saying it. All the lines are saying it, folks. All right. Here we go. Next one up. We got 4 games left here, folks. Settle down. Next one up, we got Titans at Colts, and I mean, woof. Talk about a blowout. Talk about a potential max scroll play. I mean, we got to go Colts minus 16.5 here, no? Colts minus 14, so we save a little value. We'll obviously take it. Once again, we don't pull this out. We don't pull this out willy-nilly. A max scroll. We max scrolled once this year, binked it. Chiefs minus 26.5 last week. It was the most we could do. It was at plus 508. Mwah. Now, what do we got to do with this Colts team? Colts minus 27.5 at plus 424. Vegas, you dog. You dog absolutely taking away all the value from us. More points needed to swallow than the Chiefs at lesser value, almost at a plus 100 less value. Oh, Vegas, you absolutely disgusting dog. That's disgusting. I don't know if we could take it, but I think we're fine with the 14. All right, here we go. We got Cowboys at Broncos in another game we may be able to get great value on. Another game we may be able to get great value on if they're overvaluing the Broncos, who I think are the division leaders right now, which is crazy. I'm going to call this one. Cowboys minus 2.5. Sorry, I like this Cowboys team a ton better. I like the defense better. No. You know what? Yes. What's so scary about this Broncos defense? The Giants put up 30 points on the road. Like, spare me. Spare me on Bo Nix. Spare me on everything. Spare me on the scumbag Sean Payton calling out and still knocking Russell Wilson for no reason, unprovoked. You can save all that garbage. I'll take the Cowboys, the new dog, the new team in town. I'm going to call the Cowboys minus 2.5. Oh, this dude. Oh, fuck you. Oh, yeah, fuck you, Vegas. Cowboys plus 3.5, and I'm gushing. A gush, folks. Last call for value. Get it while you can. Cowboys plus 3.5. The hook. You hook it, mate. Love it. Plus 150 on the money line. Whatever y'all want to do. I like them both. Oh, Vegas is wrong. Vegas is wrong on the Broncos. This is not a good team. They put up 30 points in the fourth quarter. Is that a good team? I don't think so. All right, two more. I mean, we're getting great value here, folks. This may be the whale week, folks. There's always 1 week. There's always 1 week in the NFL season where everything is just looking scrumptious. It's all lining up, and I think it could potentially be week 8 here, folks. Next up, we got Cowboys Broncos. No, we like that one. Cowboys Broncos. All right. Packers. Who's this team? Is that Packers Seahawks? No, Packers Steelers. Okay, couldn't read my writing. Packers Steelers up next. Oh, yeah, the whole Aaron Rodgers revenge game. I'm not buying into it. I mean, look, I don't buy this Packers team. I don't buy Jordan Love. I don't. I don't think he's too consistent. I kind of look at him like he's a little better Sam Darnold. I give him that. A little better Sam Darnold, Jordan Love. Which, the way they talk about Sam Darnold, you're probably like, oh my goodness, and he's amazing. I'm not the believer in this Packers team. I'm not. They always disappoint me. They always lose the games they shouldn't. This Steelers defense, I mean, they got to get it figured out at some point. But this Packers team, it usually plays down to its competition a little bit. This could be a tough one. I'm going to call it, I think Vegas is going to give a little edge to the Packers. I'm going to call it Steelers minus 2. Wow, and they give a lot of love. Woof. Packers minus 3. Steelers plus 3. Woof. That's interesting. I think I like the Steelers at home. I think Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if he's going to let the Packers beat them, but that's an interesting one, tough one, tight one. And then that leaves us the Monday night game. Monday Night Football, single header tonight, this week. We got Washington at Chiefs, and damn, do we do another max scroll with the Chiefs here, folks? I mean, Jaden Daniels out. They've got nobody to go. This Chiefs defense, it's back. This Washington defense really let me down last week. Cliff Kingsbury kind of let me down last week. I mean, it's the Cowboys defense. You were supposed to be able to scheme very well. And I know Jaden Daniels went down during the game, but once again, we saw you have success with Marcus Mariota already. But Marcus Mariota, once again, kind of like, who is it? Who's the other quarterback that the more we see Mac Jones. The more the season goes on, the more games he plays, the worse he gets, the more he gets figured out. I think we can get value here potentially. I'm going to call this one Chiefs minus 10 and a potential another max scroll play here. But I'll call it Chiefs minus 10. Yeah, Chiefs minus 12.5. Chiefs minus 12.5. And once again, I like it. I love it. I don't think Washington's really competitive. And once again, only up to minus 26.5. Why do we got to do the 27? And it's at plus 433. So once again, Vegas giving us no more plus 500 max scrolls because we cash so damn good, folks. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, folks, I don't know when y'all are going to give me the credit, but one day y'all will. And I'll appreciate y'all on that day. Yeah, so Chiefs, I think they take care of business handily. All righty, folks. That is going to do it for us today. We got our power rankings in. We got our lines in. And now we're ready for our official picks coming out tomorrow. Now, like I said, we do have our new debut show streaming tonight, Around the Table. A nice little moderated debate show where we're talking lines, betting, lineups, props, stories, takes, power rankings, everything, division winners, everything, folks. And it's all hosted by me. 2 to 4 people, folks, every single day, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern, getting us into kind of little pre-game mode. First show is tonight, starting 7 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m., getting us ready for Thursday Night Football. If you want to get into the action, folks, if you want to be participating in it, everybody's fair game, baby. All you have to do is download Playback TV or sign up for it, free app. Join the Takes by Fans room. You join my room, I can give you guys permissions to join the show. And I'll be moderating. I'll be setting up the topics. I'll be chirping in as well. And I'll be giving up points. I'll be giving points, taking away points for great takes, good bets, things I agree with, even things I don't agree with, but it's a good point. I'll give you the points. And we declare a winner after every single show. So, starts tonight, folks. It's going to be streaming Twitch. Twitch Takes by Fans, X Takes by Fans, and it's also going to be on Playback as well. Playback.tv/Takes by Fans. So very excited for it tonight. I think it's gonna be good. So first show tonight. We'll see how it all goes, and I can't wait for it. So tune in, join in. I think I've got like 2 people in. So there's other spots. If you are still interested, reach out. And once again, download the app, playback.tv. It's all free. It's all free to sign up. There's nothing to pay. No paywall to go through. And join the Takes by Fans room. Alrighty. I truly appreciate y'all. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you tonight, folks. Get a great rest of your Thursday. Enjoy your football.